Hello guys, and welcome to a new sponsored Regiments video today by me, Vulcan. You heard right, massive thanks to Microprose for sponsoring the channel and encouraging me to play Regiments once again. I've thoroughly enjoyed this game in the past, so I'm really looking forward to continuing with the campaign. If you want to catch up on the operations in the campaign so far, make sure to check the gameplay playlist linked below. Just a TLDR for the story though, for those of you who haven't seen it. Basically, what's happened so far is the East Germans have rebelled against their Soviet masters. The Soviets have gone in to attack them and the East Germans have unleashed a chemical weapon of some sort. The West has also gone to investigate and has engaged some East German forces, and now we're moving on to this operation. So that's pretty much it. So this one is going to be Blind Guard. In the middle of the communications blackout, the 3rd German Corps mounts a desperate holding action. The date is 6th to the 9th of June 1989. The unit is the 4th Panzergrenadier Brigade, and we have the parent unit of the 2nd Panzergrenadier Division, 3rd German Corps CENTAG. Colonel, the situation around Mulhausen remains unknown. A wide area jamming effort makes communications extremely difficult. Corps HQ remains out of contact and our Soviet liaison appears as confused as we are. That's not all the bad news. As insane as it sounds, East German 11th Mordschutz Division is rapidly moving to attack. The Volksarmy recon companies have already overrun the Bundesgrenzschutz posts and the forward elements are assembling at the border. Multiple intelligence sources report the rest of the division is passing through Eisenach as we speak. Division HQ wants your Kampfgruppe to reinforce the weak forward forces between Kassel and Göttingen and delay the East German advance elements. Use the night to disrupt the enemy assembly effort. Godspeed. Our objectives are as follows. We need to disrupt the NVA forward assembly areas, reinforce the defensive line, and prevent NVA forces from penetrating deeper into West German territory. There are 3 stages. It looks like a total of 7 phases that we've got to play through. So let's go to battle. So here is our Panzer Brigade. We are going to be starting with the Schwarzmoor raid. And it looks like we have some Lux, some Leopard 1A5s, we've got some Marders with Panzergrens, ML13s with Pioneers, some Jaguar A2GM launchers, we've got some mortars, some leaders, we've got the Lars 2 MLRS, we've also got the Gepards in there and some supply vehicles. And for our tactical aid, we've got some artillery smoke and artillery strikes. Very cool. Let's have a look at the extra groups we can bring in. So there's a command group of Leopard 2A1s, they can be very useful. We've got the Cannon, these guys are Panzergrens and M113s and M109s. There's some Leopard 2A1s with Rolands in the Leitung Armored Task Force. The Zeitpunkt, we've got Weasels, these are 20mm vehicles, very fast, and looks like they're recon. Then we have some Jaegers in Fuchs. This one has Marders with Panzergrens and mortars, and this one has Scorpions and Fusiliers in the AIF VBC-25. These are actually Belgians. Interesting. Okay, so we currently have 300 operational authority, which means we can afford one of these. I am very tempted to bring in the command group. Do these have command? It doesn't look like they do. So maybe it'd be better actually to go for the armored task force with the Leopard 2A1s and the Rolands. I think we're going to do that. We're going to call in those early on so that we have Leopard 2A1s. And then I'm going to put the rest of my operational authority into deployment points and then supply. I think that's what we're going to do. Alright, let's go to the events. We've got 4 events, 2 of which are negative. Divisional Artillery gives an extra barrage tactical aid. The PSYOPs -30 suppression resistance. Platoons may retreat on their own. That's a really, really tough one to deal with. Supplies disrupted. Supply platoons cannot be destroyed. External supplies are not available. Interesting. So that basically really messes up our supply for the mission. I think early on we'll just go for a divisional artillery, and if we get like a short phase we can use up one of these. Okay, let's go to battle with the extra divisional artillery. Blind Guard phase 1, Shavad small raid, 2200. And here we are. It is night, which is interesting because certain units do have night vision tech. You can see on the right hand side there as I hover over the Leopard 105s, they do have thermal night vision available. So that is something that we can use to take advantage of our enemies. But so far we've got 2 objectives. Destroy all targets at Hill 72 and at Friedland. So let's just find out where they are. The Hill 72 is here. And where is Friedland? There. Okay, so we've actually got to go pretty deep. Alright, I think I'm going to kind of start on the right hand side here. Taking these sectors would be really, really nice, because they give us quite a lot of extra points at the end of the phase. So let's start with some Leopard 2A1s. I should have those available. Thank you very much. We'll also bring in some looks. We definitely need those for recon. We'll bring in some Marder A2s with the Panzergrens. We've actually got quite a lot of points to spend, so we'll bring in some Leopard 1A5s as well. I'll definitely bring in some Rolands just in case we get that AA in. I'm going to bring in a HQ unit to give us the bonuses of command. Extra looks could be a good idea. Now let's do some extra looks. Extra 1A5s. More infantry. And that's all we've got. Okay, cool. So let's get a move on towards these areas over here. We'll let the looks go first. Provide us with the recon we need. I'm just going to go up the road with the majority of these. We'll move the pioneers through the cover there. And we'll keep my M577s nearby my other units so they get the effectiveness from the HQ buff. Looks like those are recon elements. All my folks are not having a fun time. Let's pull back. Leopards are getting hit pretty hard. Alright, we're going to unload these pioneers. We're going to attack across. Really good initial engagement though. Even though my leopards took a bit of damage. I should probably bring in supply when I can, so that I can fix those up. That was something that I didn't really think about. We can do artillery elimination here if we want to, so that we can somewhat see our enemies a bit better. Especially with any units that don't have night vision. Although I think most of our units do have thermal. There we go. Artillery flares have come in. And we're going to still be in darkness while they are not, so we should be able to get a little bit of an advantage here. Hitting these with an artillery strike is probably a good idea. Make sure we don't show side armor. Just because they're dug in right now. We're being hit from the right. And artillery should finish them off. Let's bring the Leopard 1A5s through on the right hand side there. We're going to capture the swamp. Move the HQ over. There's a lot of artillery coming in. We're going to illuminate these. Alright, they've got some troops coming towards us here. Gonna want to shut them down as soon as possible. We can smoke off some of this stuff. And we'll focus down the rest. Most of our pioneers are dead, so we'll fall them back. And I think what I'll do is we'll get some supply instead, so that I can get my units back up to full strength. Because I don't want to lose any of these Leopard 2A1s. But once you've lost them, you can't fix them again. You lose them for good. You have to sort of repair them at the end of the phase. And that can be quite costly. So we're struggling to kind of flank them here. We're going to illuminate them again. I'm going to fall back with these Leopards. There's no reason to keep them there. These Mardas can also fall back because they're pretty low on the amount of soldiers they have. Looks to provide a good fire onto the enemy. Then dug in on the edge of the town. Oh, those are mortars. Interesting. They'll get taken out nice and easy. It's the riflemen that are going to be a pain to deal with. Okay, let's get the supply in. So we have them illuminated. We have our HQ buff. So that's why we're able to get so much damage onto these entrenched units. Usually entrenched units are incredibly hard to deal with. With the artillery helping there as well. And we've broken them down. Perfect. Alright, let's go and take Marth. If I can entrench some units facing towards their reinforcement point, that would be great, whilst we continue to sweep over towards Hill 72 and Friedland in order to get the victory. So, we're going to move in here. He's at AA, so easy for us to kill. There's also some Strelas there. I'm going to need infantry in order to get through here. We could try and have a look around the edge with the Lukes. This is the vision indicator, by the way. You can also bring that up by pressing C. It's because I'm holding shift to do multiple orders that it also shows it.
Zone capture.
Doesn't seem like there's much here. Let's just see if we can sneak the Lukes into the corner. That will start decapping if there's no enemies. Okay, there are some enemies in here. Okay, we've got to be careful. I definitely need infantry to clear that out. Alright, meanwhile, let's send the rest of the stuff to the left. The Leopards are fixed up, so that's good. We can bring our supply that way. Then what we're going to do, we'll get the Pioneers to come into the edge of the town here, and they can attack, move through. I could also just drop artillery on them. I think what I'm going to do though, we're going to bring in some mortars. Mortars auto-fire in this game. So really, really useful. I assume there's going to be forces there that we're going to have to deal with in the R&D building. Alright, let's get these unloaded and attack into the town. This would probably be a good artillery barrage, to be honest. Those leopards are taking a lot of damage. Oh, they're going to illuminate us. Okay, well, we'll illuminate them back. Let's make sure we don't lose those HQ units. Okay, I did have to retreat both of my recon there. Actually, no, I've still got this recon here. Looks like the artillery helped us finish things off. We're going to bring these looks wide berth around this right-hand side. We killed off all the infantry, so they're going to retreat, so that's good. So we'll leave the Martyrs here. We'll get the Pioneers loaded up so we can go and push the R&D building. Fantastic. Alright, these are going to start zooming across the open over here. You see my mortars are starting to fire away. Bring in the Leopard 2A1s again. Try and get some experience on them. Got 10 minutes left on this phase. We somewhat need to get a move on. I'm going to probably arty strike the next dug-in unit at the orchards. I'm going to move the looks.
Zone captured.
The reason I'm moving them to the side here is because you have this sort of semicircle in front of them. It shows the way that they're facing. If I'm hitting them from the side here, we're getting good flanking hits in. Since they're illuminated as well, we're also getting that bonus. Let's move up. We'll fix up the durability on these 105s. I'm actually going to place these 105s towards the spawn over here. Should unload them, because if they have the infantry out, I believe they capture faster. I start moving the looks towards the next objective. So far we haven't had any enemy aircraft or helicopters attack us, so I'm not sure if I actually need the Rolands.
Zone captured.
I'm going to hit this one with an artillery barrage. We're going to fall back so that those can't hit me. Alright, mortars firing away again. Let's get the Martyrs to come help me out. You know what? I'm just going to bring the Leopards over to help me out as well. They can shoot into the flanks from this direction, so that will be very helpful indeed.
Zone lost.
Oh, looks like they're moving some units in behind me. That's not good. Move my Martyrs back. I'm going to move the Rollins there to capture that. There's our artillery, so we don't have to worry about them.
Zone lost.
Into some PTs, hitting them in the back. Larty the hill.
Zone captured.
And we've got to get rid of these riflemen on top first. Well, now we have some aircraft coming in, but my Ronins are at the back. They're not going to hit in time. Oh, that's not good. Ooh, the M13's took a lot of damage. Oh, those are an objective, actually. Interesting.
Zone captured.
I'm going to leave the Martyrs over here. Move up the rest of this stuff. Good. Alright, we got some victory points. That's good. 5 minutes left on the clock. We should, when we're on top of this hill, spot more of these units we gotta kill. Because there's supposed to be 6 more. That's another one. Ah, okay, yep, that's the rest of them. Perfect.
5 minutes remaining. Objective completed.
Artillery barrage those. We cap the orchards with the HQ unit. The nice thing about going through this side is we've come round behind all of their forces. We've done like a nice sweeping flank. So all of their defences are facing the wrong way now. We should illuminate these actually as well. I might attack with these in that direction. Might be a bit risky.
Zone captured.
Artillery is going to be smashing those positions. Oh, that looks cool, doesn't it? Especially with the artillery flares in the sky. Very nice. Fantastic, right, let's go take Hill 68. And then we can move to Friedland and take that. Called in the tactical support artillery onto these riflemen just to clear them out. Now that the enemy infantry has died there, the BMP-1s shouldn't be too much of a problem for the Martyrs. I will illuminate them as well. Ooh, ouch. Rude. Being hit in the flank there. Let's go ahead and get up on this hill with the Leopards. I'm going to move them off the hill because that is very risky right now. I don't want them to die. And the Leopards have a perfect flanking area here. I'm going to bring some pioneers in now. These are just poor T-55s. Oh no. Getting wrecked. Are all of my leopards still alive? Oh, I did lose one of them. I might pull them back then. And get some fresh ones in. Although at this point, I don't know if I necessarily want to be doing that. Mainly because I need all the forces I can get around the back here with 2 minutes left on the clock. And again, I don't think I'm going to complete the objective this phase. We've still got 12 more targets to kill.
One minute remaining.
What we can do though is try and cap as much as possible so that we get all of these extra points that we can spend to buff up our next phase.
Zone captured.
Gonna smoke those. Oh, I think that's some more of the objective. Nice. Well, we got quite a lot killed there. We do have one more phase to get this done, I believe. Let's go to the next phase. The other nice thing about the situation we're in, it shouldn't take us too long to finish the objectives, so we can use up one of the bad events. So that's what we're going to probably try and do. I will probably reinforce... Actually, I don't need to reinforce these just yet. Maybe those pioneers, but the other ones I think I can leave as is. We've got 230 operational authority left. If I upgrade these guys, we actually get access to some helicopters, which could be kind of useful. Interesting. It also gives us more Rolands. I think the other thing to do though would maybe be grabbing more infantry. It's one thing I kind of lacked. Getting the mechanized task force with more Marders I think is probably a good idea. Also, the recon task force is pretty good, those Fusiliers. Fusiliers, they have riflemen with laws, and they've got a couple of air defense boys. But the Panzergrens, they have medium anti-tank, which is kind of nice. I will grab these guys. I'm going to increase tactical support and bring in some more deployment points. And that will be everything spent. Let's just restore a Leo. Okay, let's go to events. We'll do the enemy psyops. I think that's probably the worst one we've got to deal with. And we'll go to battle. And we'll basically just continue where we left off. So let's move into Blind Guard Phase T. Start some more raid at 2 AM. So all my units are going to be where they originally were, but we got some more operational authority or more deployment points, so we can bring in some extra units to help us out, which is the first thing I'm going to do. So we'll bring in 2 sets of units down here. Could also bring in some rocket artillery to just blast across the map, but we'll bring in the 105s because they have quite a lot of veterancy. Alright, and let's just carry on. So I've got to like basically just run around with the looks here and try and find those other units that we got to kill, and that will pretty much end the phase, I believe. I could try and capture more of this stuff if I wanted more operational authority, But with the situation we're currently in, I should be fine. I think that's going to be the units right there. We'll keep our range from the riflemen. Bring the Leos out of cover. Help engage. We're going to illuminate this area as well so that we get the extra bonuses. Let's unload those pioneers. Have them push into the swamp. Maybe we can go for swamp south as well. I'm going to just cut across, I think. So there's 6 more targets at Friedland that we've got to kill. I believe those might be it if the other ones weren't. Yeah, that's going to be them. There are some tanks here. What are these? T-55As. We'll get the Lukes to kill the Grads.
Objective completed.
Nice. We did it. Do we have to play it out? I think we do. Or at least we can. Let's just arty this. We'll get them to fall back. They've taken a lot of damage. And the Leos are going to come behind the T-55s. Mess them up nicely. Still in HQ range as well. Good, let's move in there. I'm gonna get some more looks. Well, let's not lose my M577s. No, run away. These are just little command vehicles. They can't defend themselves. So the fastest way now to just finish the mission is to just cap the rest of the sectors. So that's what we're going to try and do.
Zone lost.
Oh, we lost the R&D building at the back here, which means they have brought in some reinforcements. I'm going to send back a unit or two to deal with them. Let's leave with those Lukes over there. We'll illuminate this area.
Zone captured.
I'm going to move the supply over. There's another unit in here that we still got to deal with. Then again, I don't necessarily have to deal with it. I think we're just going to go towards the R&D warehouse. And meanwhile, is there something else I can bring in? Leopard 185s. That will do. We're going to bring the Martyrs over here as well. I want to get the leopards over to my supply. But I've got to be wary of the guys in here. Yeah, let's artillery strike these. They're dropping smoke to cut off my line of sight.
Zone captured.
What are these? Recon vehicles. Okay. Not so bad. Alright, the 1A5 should annihilate these. At close range, we'll have the Lukes come in to help out as well. Very nice. Right, looks like those have all been taken out. We'll let the Leos cap that. And the Mardas and the Lukes can go and take back the R&D building. I left my HQ section behind. I need them to make my units better. We're going to get the supply to fix up the leopards and to resupply the Panzergrounds.
Zone captured.
I've got to be patient. Stop those where they are. Let them get set up. And is that in range? It is. Okay, good. So we're also giving them ammo back as well. You can see the like main ammo there on the bottom. Now 100%. Let's push forwards. Two more sectors to go. Would have been nice to have some recon here, but to be honest, it seems like my units are doing okay. Close range just annihilated those BMPs. I managed to unload my Panzergrens in time, so their AT really, really strong. My units are coming back in from this side as well. And a really fun little operation so far. See if we can liberate Allenshausen. Oh no, we're losing the hill. Alright, this little task force can go deal with that. Let's unload the Panzergranates, keep these at range. Keep the command close enough. We'll illuminate the town, but not ourselves.
Zone lost.
I really like in this game how like the units are connected to the APCs. It makes it kind of like realistic in the way that they work together. Very cool. Right, now we know where they are, we'll pop down an artillery strike. We're not going to get any points from capping this back. Should bump into them soon. Unload them. I'm gonna attack into the side of them. There we go, get the ambush. Ambush! Very nice. Artillery's helped clean that out. Alright, final one is Swamp East. Let's go put the Leos up on the hill. These can just help out in the open. Oh, they got wiped out really fast. Let's illuminate them. Haven't really had to use the smoke much about this operation in the last. We're going to cap this back. Let me just unload the infantry, that'll go faster. We're coming in behind these guys so we can just RT them. I'm going to keep armadas at range this time because I don't want to lose my infantry. Get some more illumination going. Although the Leos, they do have thermal. Do the Mardas have thermal?
Zone
They do.
captured.
Yeah. My last unit should, or last place should be ours with 5 minutes left on the clock. Rolling past the wrecks. And securing the swamp. Perfect. It's going to be pretty much total domination. Oh, I didn't actually fully cap Adenhausen. Okay. We'll send these back to go do that. I can get my HQ section in here to cap this quicker. Perfect. Alright, we can speed things up.
Five minutes remaining.
While we're coming under fire, we just slow it down. Those Lukes are dying.
Zone captured.
We can hold the ground here, that's all we need to do. Alright, cool. It's going to be total domination any second.
Zone captured.
There
Total
we
domination
go.
achieved.
Boom. Stage is completed. So, another very, very solid round. Like it. Let's carry on to the next phase. Now we're moving on to the Göttingen flank. But unfortunately, guys, it has been my time, so I'm going to leave it here. In the next episode, what we're going to do is continue with the Göttingen flank as part of the Blind Guard operation. I've been really, really happy to get back into Regiments. I think the gameplay is like super smooth. It's a really, really polished single player experience. And yeah, looking forward to playing more of it. And hopefully you guys are looking forward to seeing more of it on the channel. That's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.